Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Join me as I turn this into this. Okay, so I had an idea to construct a faux fireplace. My entire family was looking at me like I'm crazy, but I knew that I could do it because I've seen so many other people do it. I've seen just things propped up against the wall. So I had a general idea of how it would go. I'm also very limited with my skills. I just learned how to cut on that saw thingy that's electric. And I already knew that I couldn't handle like mitered corners and stuff. I could only do straight cuts. So I started with the idea, and it kept, germinating in my mind until I was ready to do it. I knew I had $0 budget, so I was only going to construct this faux fireplace with what I had in my garage. This video is all about creativity, upcycling, and it is about determination. Because honestly, my daughter was like, you could have just bought a fireplace. Well, no, because they're like $300 to $400 and up. So I wasn't doing that. I definitely was going to make one. And literally, except for the money I spent on the molds, which was about $24, everything else came out of my garage. And it took a little bit of time. I'm not completely done. I have some patching to do. I want to add some trim, but I'm just tired. You know how some projects just drag on? They're overwhelming at times, especially if it's above your skill set. You make a lot of mistakes, and I'm like a fly-by-night kind of person, so I refuse to do things by the book. I'm not a professional, so I make life harder for myself, but that's just me. Anyway, I started this project with a piece of drywall. As soon as I saw the drywall in my garage, I knew that it was going to be perfect for a fireplace insert, whatever it is. I knew it would be perfect because it was shaped like it. So, sort of, kind of. So I cut out the middle. I was going to leave it blank, but my daughter was like, it doesn't look real. Okay. So I cut out the middle. So now I have the skirt, okay? So I proceeded to take everything off. Basically this is Easter weekend anyway, so now everything can go back to normal. I took all the stuff down, including the shelf, because I had this long picture frame I wanted to use for molding, because I wanted to try to connect the shelf to the actual fireplace. So in the end, I just lowered the hooks, the shelf hooks, and I used the picture frame as the header part to the fireplace. Okay, that's the best way I can describe it. So yeah, I wanted it to look more cohesive, like one piece, and not so much pieced together. So I cut it out and I nailed it to the wall. We do have an electric nail gun, but I'm still so kind of old-fashioned. So I put the picture frame there, and I like it because it's hefty, and it has some decorative molding, so it gives this faux fireplace some presence, And then I glued some trim. I have some trim in my garage. I cut it. I'm proud of myself for being able to cut a fairly straight line across. And I glued it with my Gorilla Glue. And then I found another piece, and I measured it twice and still cut wrong. It's okay. I mean, no one's coming over here to judge me, right? And don't be scared, to make mistakes. It's your home. No one's going to come over here and be like, oh my God, her cut is off. I'm just going to spackle it to death anyway and fill in all the holes and stuff eventually, because I sure did have to kind of, struggle piece this. So anyway, I did use the nails because everything is lightweight, and I used glue. And now the drywall piece was really too short to go all the way down to the floor. So I had to figure out what to do. So I just simply took another piece of cardboard and cut it out to add the legs on, because I think to add the skirt on to the legs. I think the long part of the fireplace where you normally see like columns are the legs of the fireplace, and the bottom piece of that big trim part is the skirt, I think. So I took a piece of cardboard and put that in at the bottom. And eventually I might fill that space up with some more decorative molding. We'll see. You know, I really was exhausted and wanted to move forward because I have so much to do in this room. We had a leak in the bathroom, so I have to patch the ceiling and paint it. And then I took all the carpet off, and I have to figure out if I'm going to install some kind of flooring or if I going to paint this all white and poly it and do that whole shabby look. So yeah, I have a lot going on right now, and I'm the type I like just start and then I'm like, oh, now what? I'm overwhelmed. So yeah, this is where I'm at. But anyway, back to the fireplace. So the fireplace had some gaps, okay? Once I added this trim that you're seeing here, it had some gaps between like the wall, the trim, and the drywall piece. So to combat that, to like kind of fill in the gaps, I took some of that tape that you use to spackle with, and I took some regular tape that I had, and I kind of created a faux molding there. I'm going to try to do a close-up so you can see, and I painted it white, and I still have to trim that down. But when I tell y'all I'm exhausted with this project, I really am. So to fill in the gap between the shelf and the picture frame, I decided to add a piece of cardboard there, and I added some molding there, and that got painted. And I took those beautiful IOD molds, those are so beautiful, and I created a design that I absolutely adore, and that is what you see there now. And I did make a fireplace screen because I was on 1,000, y'all. I would love to buy one. I've had them in the past before because we actually do have a fireplace downstairs. So I gave them away or something. I'll be on the lookout for some really nice shabby chic looking ones. And that really is the essence of the project. I have a lot of cleanup to do, like I said, but it is beautifully shabby chic. It's so romantic. I'm looking for a chaise lounge to add in the corner here. It's just going to be so gorgeous. And I feel very accomplished. I'm very proud of myself. And besides the cleanup that I have to do and the spackling I have to do, I am now going to be able to move on to the next part of this room. Talk to y'all later. Have a great day, great weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching and supporting me.